Homeless people are just people. They just are down on their luck for some reason. So they lost a job or they lost their apartment, and they're just trying to get back on their feet.
There's three gentlemen running around town here earlier this year. They said they had an aunt that had some businesses and was in trouble with the IRS. They asked me if I'd cash a check and then give me part of the check. Well, we went over to Marion and they gave me just check cash and it comes out to be forged. There was an emergency shelter here in town. I've been there too many times, they won't let me back. During the summer I couldn't take showers on a regular basis, and I go in there to use the bathroom or just to sit before or after I get done out here, and I kind of stunk a little bit. Customers complained about it, so they banned it.
Well, we're an emergency shelter. Individuals can stay up to 30 days. And if they obtain employment or housing while we're here, we can extend that stay until they can at least get into the house or obtain a first paycheck, kind of get on their feet. Criteria to enter is they got to pass a drug test and a warrant check and not already be on our do not admit list. Carbondale, for one, is hard to find employment for if you're not a student. I mean, the town is basically student orientated, and each year 3,000 to 5,000 new people flood the town, and they get most of the employment. Other issues that bring them here are evictions, loss of income, the substance abuse problems, fighting with their significant others and just getting kicked out, people who's been through fires, tornadoes, and we also get a lot of individuals who are released from Department of Corrections that parole out here.
Yes, I'm staying at the Good Samaritan. I'm wondering when that job is going to come day after day after day, because you only get 30 days at some of these places, so it goes by really fast. And like I said, my age might come into that, because some places could feel they could get someone younger, less qualified, that they could train better, But other than that, I can work just as hard as a younger person can if given a shot,
And I applied for Joseph Mary Lee. I don't know if you know what that's a company that takes applications through workforce here in town. And I applied, and they told me I didn't have a good previous 6-month work period. And I've looked ever since. I just ain't been able to find anything. I've lived off unemployment for the first couple of years, been in the family after that, and this is the last resort.
We have some people that just sit around all day, and we have some people that are putting out 10 applications a day, which, even applying here is difficult now because most things are online and you don't have internet access. You can only use the library for like 30 minutes and then they kick you out, and that's not even really enough time to complete one application nowadays.
The transit buses are $2. So if you ain't got no money, that could be a problem. Unless you got your own cell phone, And luckily, that's how I got my cell phone. My dad gave me his. So that's how I got a cell phone. But other than that, they wouldn't be able to get a hold of you, so how would they hire you for a job?
My disability is only I've got arthritis in both knees and possibly both ankles. It kind of hurts me just standing here most of the time. Sometimes I gotta walk a little bit. Sometimes it helps and sometimes it don't.
But I found probably 85% of them are just a victim of circumstance. And once you get so far down, it's hard to dig yourself back up out of the hole, especially with this economy. Most of them don't have vehicles, so it's a very big obstacle as far as looking for employment, getting to appointments, finding housing on foot. It can be difficult. Regretfully, you can't help everybody, and it's the worst feeling in the world to have to say, oh, your time's up, you're gonna have to go sleep in the alley tonight.
No, I'm lucky on that one. I've met a few people that actually are living in the park in Marion, so that's pretty how far down they've been. So, but if you got certain records or something like that, you can't get into one of these places anyway. So yeah, I lived with my grandparents from when I was really young because my parents are alcoholics. So me and my dad are kind of like friends. We're not family or anything like that.
Well, I just felt alone, sad, confused. I mean, my family quit. Just, you know, they were there before, but when I got in that situation, it's like they wanted me to give me some hard love and learn a lesson, you know, that you can't just run home to mom and dad. Every time you get in trouble, you gotta buck up a bit. I mean, you feel like nobody cares. You're trapped. You don't know how to get out. Because even with an income, if you're, you know, paying friends to eat their food or living in a hotel, there's not really a chance to save up for a deposit and first month's rent and last month's rent.
Well, a lot of times I get sad. A lot of times I get mad, especially when the people are during the holidays. A lot of them, I think a lot of them don't believe my story, what I say on my sign. I've actually had a bunch of people tell me to go home.
And it's sad because each one of us is just one paycheck away from being there ourselves.